The tide is rolling in, guys. It's definitely rough out there. You'd have to be, you know, it's common. So when I first moved down here, it was kind of weird to see because you see them driving around, your lights on, you think you're getting pulled over. But approximately $850, and they're pretty damn nice inside. Also, guys, I got little pastries in here as well. They got donuts, all sorts of stuff. They got sandwiches, coffees. Welcome back, guys. We're gonna be doing your live from the streets of Tijuana beaches, Playas de Tijuana. Tijuana beaches. I can say both, guys. My major is not Spanish. I don't pretend it is. So we're gonna be cruising here, showing you the roads, showing you the spotlights, giving you a riding tour. We're gonna be showing you everything in Tijuana beaches, Playas de Tijuana. Welcome to Playas de Tijuana. Look at this. Got a shop right there for some cakes. Got a Jurassic Park dinosaur. You know how we do it. Tijuana. Playas de Tijuana. However you guys prefer to say it. I know some people were getting a little bit. I was leaving an A where an I was, or an I where an A was, guys. I don't have a major in Spanish. I'm a gringo, guys. So we're down here. We got a 40 kilometer per hour down here. Don't be caught speeding, or the Policia Municipal will pull you over, and they'll be wanting some money. They'll be wanting a propina. They'll be wanting a tip. We're gonna be walking here. A lot of people were asking me about water, and right here, this is gonna be a water stand. Can I come in and film? Yeah, so I'm gonna walk in here. This is where you get your water, guys. This is the gentleman that's doing it, and we're gonna give you the prices right here. A lot of people are wondering about the water. Water down here is purified through reverse osmosis, and it looks like for 23 pesos you're getting a 5-gallon tank. Now you got to bring your own tank. That's part of the policy here, okay? You can't just you know, if you don't have the tank, they're going to charge you for the tank, but if you bring the tank in, here's the prices. They got some promotions here as well, and this is your guy. Obviously he's going to not be working for free, so make sure you tip accordingly. They even got a little self-service thing. You can come in here. And a lot of people are always wondering about the water, like, can you drink it? You can wash with it, guys. You can wash your dishes with it. I wouldn't be afraid to, you know, rinse your mouth out if you brush your teeth. But just like anywhere, I don't drink the water in San Diego, guys. Even if it's in the U.S., I just don't do it simply because, you know, it's not purified. There's heavy metals. There's fluoride. You know, there's no fluoride in the water down here, but there's high chlorine. And you don't want to drink the water down here, guys. You don't want to drink the water in San Diego. So this is like a little water stand. They also have water at places like OXXO, which is like a 7-Eleven. They have a purified water. You can get spring water. I try to alternate my water just because I don't want to be drinking the same water all the time. You know, it's just, I like to mix up my water, and that's just how I roll. You know, I don't drink the same water. You know, I like to mix it up that way, just in case, you know what I mean? That way I'm not just drinking a water. All right, so let's give you a little rundown of some apartments right here. These apartments right here, somebody was asking me for some cheap places to live. It's going to be right there, guys. Those are going to be about $200 a month. Potentially even for a 2-bedroom. All right, we're over here. We're going to take a walk down here to the pharmacy. So, obviously, you know, it's a Monday. Things are coming in a little bit slow. Got a cool little dog right there. What's up, my man? So we're going to walk down here to the pharmacy, give you a little tour. So pharmacies here, guys, are also like minute clinics, okay? You can come in and they will give you a consultation of what's wrong with you, basically. You tell them what's wrong, and they'll give you prescriptions, you know, without a doctor, basically. So you don't, like, if you have strep throat, you know, if you have a cold, you don't got to go to the doctor to get treated. You can come right down here to Roma Pharmacy. These are everywhere, guys. They sell everything. This one happens to be kind of like a 7-Eleven, but nonetheless, you can come here and you can get your medicines, whatever you need, without prescription, okay? That's the best part about it down here. You don't need a prescription. The pharmacist will treat you right here at the counter. All right, guys. Also here we got some live elotes, which is going to be a corn. They got some corn, little corn stands here where they make like chamoy and they put little fixings on here. So you get your little thing here. You can get all your little stuff. A lot of people will do chips as well, and she's got the corn going right here as well, and fresh lime, that kind of thing. So these are kind of everywhere, not just with corn, but also with things that you see like in the morning times, there'll be burrito spots. There will be, little torta stands and stuff like that. Not real sure on the license with those, if those people have license to sell those. I don't know if it's kind of a gray area. Maybe I can find out some more. So yeah, people are out walking their dogs. Like I said, it's a Monday, so not a lot going on. Now, also with parking, guys, I want to be clear. They do have various parking for various things like regular parking and handicap. So just to let you guys know, it's very similar to the US. Little Monday vibes here. And this pharmacy actually delivers too. So you can go and obviously get your delivered stuff just simply like, like Uber Eats or whatnot. And they're out walking the dogs here. Beautiful little dogs. Just out doing their little Monday walk. Shout outs to all the dog lovers. So look, as I said, guys, there's water right here as well. You can come in here and exchange your water. So the way it works is you bring in an empty water and then you fill one up and you take it out. And it's usually these waters are like $2 to $3. This is going to be a spring water brand. It's called Bonafont. I like this water a lot. So I alternate between this and, purified water. So like I said, this is like a pharmacy slash 7-Eleven. Okay, so not all the pharmacies are like this. Some of them are strictly just pharmacy, but you got chips, you got like normal stuff. I do like the chips down here a lot better. And they give you all the warning labels right here as well. See, a lot of people think like Mexico is like unregulated, but no, they're actually pretty damn regulated. The Secretariat de Salud, they're giving you the warning labels of excess calories, excess salt, and that's on everything you see. They don't advertise kids cereal with cartoon characters or anything like that. That was banned a couple years ago. So what are the prices for some of these? Well, this is about $2, $2.50, $2.60. You get a full bag of chips. It's not much air. The chips are all the way up to here. I've had all these brands, pretty much every single one. Little packs down here for like $1.50 US. Got your drinks here, Coca-Cola products. And a lot of people don't realize you can return your glass. You can return your glass for redemption on bottles, I believe. I don't know if they give you a refund or a discount on your next purchase, but whenever I buy a bottled drink with glass, they always ask me at the counter as I'm buying a new one if I brought my return. So I don't know exactly. Maybe somebody can drop it in the comments to let me know. I usually go with plastic, good old plastic. If you guys are interested in sparkling water, the most carbonated water on the planet, right there, Penafiel. I guess that's how you say it, Penafiel. I've had a lot of these products, guys. This chocolate milk right here is really good as well, Santa Clara. So yeah, this is going to be the pharmacy slash 7-Eleven or whatnot. Like I said, not all of them are like this, but this particular one has a little bit of, everything. They got some just typical stuff you'd see in a convenience store. But like when you get, like I said, once if you have like a sore throat, I was actually infected with scabies from a street dog about a year ago. And the medication they gave me, I would have had to get a prescription for it. But like I said, you can come in here and they will give you, treatment right there at the counter. You just say, hey, these are my symptoms. This is what I got going on. And they'll treat you right there at the counter with a prescription. So one of the benefits of living down here, I feel like you don't have to go to the doctor for every little thing. Now, this part of Mexico, I know a lot of people have reached out and also asked, you know, just because I've seen it, when you go to some parts of Mexico, like Puerto Vallarta and other areas, they're a lot more lenient on whatever medications you need. Like, for instance, they kind of advertise it like drug dealers. I mean, literally. Like, I was walking by some of the pharmacies and they were saying like, oh, we have HGH, we have, you know, trenbolone and testosterone. In this part of Mexico, they don't do that. So, you know, just FYI, a lot of people are like, you know, kind of wondering like what the regulations are like on steroids and things like that. Not here. You can't get that in Tijuana from anywhere that I've seen. And I'm not promoting this kind of stuff. I'm just, you know, I've never done a steroid in my life. However, a lot of people have, you know, reached out about that kind of stuff. And I want to clarify, not really in Tijuana, maybe in other parts of Mexico. I've seen that, you know, where you can get like Vicodin and, you know, Valiums and stuff. They advertise that on the signs, but not at this part of Mexico. You know, that's kind of maybe more into like a deeper mainland Mexico thing where they have that stuff. But, you know, just so people understand. And they have a little doctor right here, not a little doctor, but a doctor's office right behind the pharmacy. So, you know, if you are in need of a doctor, they treat you right here. Usually a consultation at a doctor is about $25 for a consultation. And typically they treat you right there as well, if they can. So we're going to take a cruise down this way. So we're going to pull off and head down maybe towards the beach area. Show you what's going on there. And like I said, it's a Monday. People are out. She looks like she's doing some yoga or something. People out walking their dogs or animals and stuff like that. It's kind of a typical Monday vibe. Rush hour here is a little bit different. It seems to be a little bit later on a lot of stuff in the morning rush hour. In the afternoon, like 7 o'clock is still kind of busy on the streets. But, you know, it's just kind of the vibe here. Things happen a little bit slower, but a little bit later as well. So a lot of people are going to ask me, you know, there's stop signs here at night, super late, guys. I don't see people stop at them. So just FYI, if you're down here, be careful. A stop sign here, especially when you get in these little city areas like this, they're kind of like treated more as like a rolling stop as traffic progresses. Obviously, if it's busy, you of course come to a complete stop. And I'm not telling you not to come to a complete stop. I'm just saying, from what I've experienced, it's more of a rolling stop, not so much a, you know, not so much like a complete stop. So, you know, I'm going to be real with you guys. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to tell you guys not to do the law. I'm just saying what I see down here. Now, I've actually seen these properties in person. I've been in one of them. It is a no pets allowed. They are approximately $850, and they're pretty damn nice inside. So for anybody interested, there was a for lease sign up on one of these. I think it was that top unit for quite a while. But it looks like maybe they've rented that one out. Here's another, I thought that was a pharmacy, but that's going to be one of the places that they grill the meat at. We're gonna be heading down to the beach right now. I'm gonna show you kind of the beach side of stuff. And then we'll spin around and go back towards, and I'm gonna pick up a pastry. Also going to show you a unit up here. I don't see any for lease, but I know the price points. I don't really think these places are worth it. They look kind of run down, but I'm going to get out over here and find a parking spot and show you what we got going on. This is kind of the main drag here down at Tijuana beaches. Just FYI, this is a main road. Beach is on the other side right here. I'm just going to park here for a second. I don't think I'll get towed that quick. Let's cruise out here. I'm gonna walk down here, show you the beach, and then we'll cruise out. Now I did see a couple things here. There's a for rent right there. Zoom in on the phone number. But this building right here, it looks like they've rented it out, but for the longest time, I saw this place online for $900 US. It was a 2-bedroom. Is it worth it? I don't know. I mean, you don't really have an ocean view, even though the ocean's right there. I feel like the view is kind of what you want if you live down here, especially if you're paying kind of on the higher side. It did look nice inside, but again, it looks like it's been rented. But it sat on the market for a while. So here's a little place right here. They have like these little places that are for rent above businesses. So there you go, if you like something like that. Little VIP insider connection. We're gonna walk down here to the beach. Now in between the main road and the businesses, you'll notice that there are residential living spaces within these little cuts. Each one of these little roads right here, and this is what it looks like. All right, these are all residential. These are all gonna be relatively affordable. You know, some of these places, you know, they're a bit older, right? I mean, I don't know about some of these places. I don't know if I could live in something like that, but nonetheless, you got something right next to it that looks all right. I don't really, for me, I don't like these particular areas because you kind of hear your neighbor type deal. It's like here's a some type of business. Not sure what that is in there, but nonetheless, pretty cool. So let me see if I can stick my camera through there. So, like I said, these places you can usually get fairly cheap. They're like $300 a month, depending on $300 to $500 for like a 1-bedroom. We're gonna cruise down here, check out the boardwalk. And it's a Monday, guys, so I mean, you know, this place is pretty dead. It's a great coffee shop right here at the start of the boardwalk here on the south side of the walkway. I wanted to shoot you around here. Here is the, that is gonna be the Fire and Coast Guard. Right there, Fire and Coast Guard. And then over there, that is gonna be those apartments that I was telling you about that, for me, I think they're overpriced. I saw them for rent for $800. And for me, I think you can get something way better. I mean, they look dilapidated, to be honest. Definitely old. You know, I would probably suspect there's like mildew and mold. So, you know, not my cup of tea, but, you know, for people that are interested, there's a little pit bull right here that I always used to see with my dog when I ran. See if I can find him. Or find her. I think it's a girl dog. There's always a pit bull right there. They got a little dog here that hangs out that I think the fire department takes care of. So here we are, guys, down near the beach. Walk a little bit here. Nice little coffee spot. This place actually has a really good breakfast too. It's like $6, $6, $7. You can get a nice, good breakfast. Looks like the tide's coming in pretty hard right now. The tide is rolling in, guys. It's definitely rough out there. You'd have to be careful if you're out there surfing, because that tide is all the way up. I don't know if you can see it. Shoot you around over here. There's the border wall right there. Not a lot of people out here. People doing some afternoon walks, but other than that, pretty quiet. I think instead of showing you the sunset, guys, I'm gonna bounce out of here. I'm gonna cruise around this side, go down one of these side streets, see what I can find. I haven't tried this pizza spot, but Looks to be closed right now, but that is apparently a really good pizza spot. Bezo Pizza. I've seen it online. It's got super high ratings. We're gonna walk down here, but like I said, I don't know. Drop into the comments and let me know what you think of that place right up there. I think $800 for that is just not worth it. You know, I mean, no offense to people that live in there. It's just not my cup of tea. It looks like it's just been really neglected on the maintenance side, and I would just, you know, I'd be afraid there's mold and stuff in there, especially down here this close to the water. If you defer your maintenance like that, you're gonna have some major problems with the building materials. That looks like it's stucco as well, which tends to hold mold in place and mildew and that kind of thing. There's one for rent up there. Unfortunately, they got the sign where you can't see it. So, I don't know, 664-128-20-2106 maybe, 2506 it looks like. 664, I don't know, 123-2506 I think. It's not my cup of tea. Here's the cop right here. Municipal police. And I just want to kind of touch in back to cops down here kind of ride with their lights on. It doesn't necessarily mean there's a crime being committed or you're getting pulled over. Something you get accustomed to when you live down here, when you visit down here. You'll see a lot of times they're, you know, they're just kind of like turning their lights on to get through the traffic rush or something. Not necessarily, you know, anything really going on crime-wise. Kind of just ride with their lights on all the time. Let's cruise back over here. Just because I am parked in front of somebody's garage, so I got to be careful. I don't want to piss anybody off. Let's go cruise into the OXXO real quick. I don't know if I've shown you guys an OXXO. It's definitely like a 7-Eleven more than the pharmacy. You can get water here, exchange your water. So they got 2 for $34, 2 sodas for, what, under $2? All right, so this is an OXXO, guys. It's your typical 7-Eleven, just in, you know, in Mexico. So wine, cigarettes. Look like a pack of cigarettes, about $5. One thing I do like about the OXXOs here is, or the 7-Elevens, is you can get things like eggs, and they're not overpriced, okay? These are actually decent priced. These are like $2 for eggs, and there's 18 of them in there. Got some fresh vegetables, lettuce, things like that. This is coming from the US. Actually, never mind. This is Mexico brand. So, like I said, you can get your water refilled right here. You have to bring your own bottle. They got the Bonafont brand, like I showed you earlier, and then they got the CL. So I usually keep one blank and then I refill it using the Pure Fill thing. So it's like $2 for those big liters. I think somebody on the channel was asking me about beer, if you could get American beer down here. Michelob Ultra is like super popular down here. So it looks like that's a 6-pack. That's pretty damn cheap, guys. I mean, I don't think that's accurate. I can't imagine that's accurate right there. I think those are singles. That would not make any sense. Let me see if I can give you an accurate price on domestic beer for US, because that seems, well, I don't know. That might actually be accurate. That seems really cheap, even for Mexico down here. So, yeah, there we go. A 6-pack is about $12. So yeah, that seems a little bit more. But see, then they got the Miller High Life 12-pack. Looks like a 12-pack is around $12. I don't know, guys. I don't drink beer really that much, so I don't even know what kind of deal. But I do know the domestic beer is a lot cheaper. I mean, as you see, you can get a, let's see here. They got these things batch kind of weird. It's kind of hard to tell. So this is 216. So this is about $12 for a 12-pack. For beer drinkers out there. It looks like you can get a 40 ounce or a 1.2 liter Tecate for about $3. That one right there. $3. Got your ice right here. Like I said, they sell vegetables and stuff too, so it's not just, you know. One thing that's expensive down here I noticed is ice cream. I don't know why. I think and the ice cream quality down here is not the best either. I don't really care for it, to be honest. Yeah, I usually get imported ice cream, but it's a little pricey down here. All right, let's walk over here. All right, here we go. Here's another cop with his lights on. Nothing happening, no reason for him to have his lights on, but again, they kind of, it's just something they do down here. And, you know, it's common. So when I first moved down here, it was kind of weird to see because you see them driving around, your lights on, you think you're getting pulled over, but you're not. Look, he just turned it off again. He's just patrolling right there with his lights on. So, all right, guys, I have landed. The Eagle has landed. I've landed at Cafe de la Flor. Like I said, this is a chain store. If you ever come down here, they're everywhere. But it's a great spot. All right, guys, let's check it out. I'm going to show you kind of what we got going on here. This is my favorite dessert spot. Now, they have a lot of different options here, guys, and they're all homemade, okay? So they got the entire cakes. This is Cafe de la Flor. They also got, now this is like a small, this is going to be kind of like a small version of their store. The regular store is going to be like a restaurant where they have like different variety of foods. But this is a small selection of what they have at the bigger store. And I'm going to get, could I get an Oreo slice? So I love the people that work here, guys. They're super nice. I see them in here all the time, and they're, you know, they get a wide variety of different flavors and things like that. But like I said, if you go to the bigger cafe floor, they have like more options and whatnot. So this is kind of a rundown. So I went with the Oreo, of course, guys. Had to. Para llevar, por favor. Gracias. So you can get your own custom cakes as well. They do a whole custom thing here. You can order entire cakes. Like I said, if you go to the bigger cafe floor, they're going to have a ton of different slices. I mean, they also have, you know, various other desserts like crepes. I couldn't think of the word, crepes. That one right down there is so good. And they have it by the slice, the brownie. But I went with the Oreo. Like I said, it's all they got right now that I like. I've tried all these. That one's pretty good too, the caramel one. All right, guys. Gracias.
95 y me entrega 100 permiso.
Gracias.
Le entrego ese y con este le...
Also, guys, I got little pastries in here as well. They got donuts, all sorts of stuff. They got sandwiches, coffees. And thank you. Gracias. Buen día. Let's head home and eat this cake. It's like a community center right here. Nice little place to hang out.